your children, I go step on foot. Don't let no wicked man control you. Oh no. Just turn to the Father, for only He knows the truth. Babylon markets against the wall, and the walls are gonna tumble down. Whoa, 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 whoa. Babylon markets against the wall, and the walls are gonna.
Hey, how you doing, people? Welcome back in for another episode. Let's bring some truth to the table. Some cards were handed out at an event. So big up all the people that received a card. It was a blessing to meet you. I would recommend starting from episode 1 and working your way through the episodes that way. We'll break down some of the basic stuff and some of the information needed to put a bigger picture together. Understand? So I recommend starting from the start, people. Welcome in. Make yourself at home. You know what I'm saying? The people that's listening to this podcast, we're all on the same page. And I know that for sure. We know that for sure, people. Because I've told the people who don't want to hear this message to leave. And we've also... I've told them to leave. And the people that stick around, who still disagree with what I've got to say, and they will be living in hell, basically. If you feel to challenge what I'm saying, and you come onto this podcast and you want to challenge what I'm saying, you're going to be living in hell. Because every time you go to check something that I said, or if you feel to prove something wrong, you'll be met with facts. Understand? You'll be met with the truth. So yeah, we already know that there's real supporters on this page, and we keep marching on. So that's love and respect, people. Welcome in new people. Love and respect once again. It's a one love and it's a one truth community. You hear that, people? Don't ever forget one love. Understand what is meant by one love. All connected to the oneness. You understand? Nobody's left out. One love. So let's get into it, people. Let's get into some of these things that we got here today. So the first point that needs to be discussed is, if you have a platform, use it. Now, there's a lot of people out there, I'm not going to say names or point fingers, but there's a lot of people out there who think they are doing God's work. But in reality, they are not doing God's work. You see what I'm saying? These people who have a large platform should really be coming out and telling you that Freemasons rule the world, that the vaccine is the mark of the beast and it's got nanotechnology. You understand? They should be coming out and telling you these things. Not saying the same old bullshit over and over again. Or not trying to get twisted up with the system. You understand? Like, you can't fight the system with the system. You have to just expose it for what it is, you understand? So these people need to consider, do they prioritize their platform and the money that they can bring in from their platform? Or would they rather destroy that and sacrifice all that just to come out and wake people up? You understand? Because stuff I stand for, I would definitely do that. I would drop everything to do that. And all the truth is that I'm around and I associate with would do the exact same thing. If we happen to have a big following and a large audience, we would just come out, bam, drop the truth right there and then. Vaccine, mark of the beast, nanotech, boom, right in front of your face. Fuck the followers, fuck the money, fuck the fame, fuck all of that. You understand? Straight truth for the people. I want you people to realise there's a lot of people out there who claim to be fighting for the truth, claim to be fighting for equal rights and justice, but they're not doing anything. They're just kicking rocks. You understand? They're just wasting your time. and wasting your energy as well, people. And if you feel like you've got something to say, then why not step up and say something? Because this is what the people's calling for. The more people we have out here speaking up the truth, the more power it has behind it. So yeah, people, we'll keep marching on. So just remember, people, when you see these pages online, with all these subscribers and all these followers, you must know that there's no such thing as truthers on these sites with all these followers. You understand? The most these people get, most a real, authentic truther will get is about 30k. Well, that's what I've seen. I've seen 30k deleted. And these people are constantly fighting a battle with having pages deleted and all that kind of stuff. You understand? So remember that, people. If you're seeing people with more than 30k followers and subscribers, they're most likely an agent or a shield or a gatekeeper, whatever you would like to call it. Don't put your time and energy into these liars and these gatekeepers. Realize who are the people actually doing God's work and show the respect where it's needed. You understand, people? So let's move on now. The next briefing I would like to discuss and put on the table is that their plans is for all those who don't agree with the New World Order to be neglected from society. So if you don't take the mark of the beast shot, if you're not down with LGBT, if you're not down with eating all this GMO shit, then they don't want you. You're useless to them, basically. You're neglected. And they also want the credit system to come in as well. So if you're misbehaving, you can't go to this shop, you can't go to that club, you can't have so-called fun, as they portray it to you. So anyway, like I'm saying, they want to make you neglected from society. Well, really, you need to combat them with their own game. So all these lower level people, these lower level Masons and even the mid-level Masons, understand, they need to be neglected from society. The people need to understand exactly who they are. Because what you need to remember, people, these lower levels and these mid-level Masons, they go about in society just the same way you go about in society. They go to the same shops you go in. They go to the same restaurants that you eat in. They walk down the same road that you walk down. Yet they try to blend in like you because they're scared, really. Understand it? These people are weak people. That's why they sold out. But anyway, they live in the same pattern as you live and they try and blend in like you. But remember, they're not like you. They have chosen the wicked side. They have chosen to go against humanity. They are accepting the fact that they've rolled out the mark of the beast vaccine and the whole of humanity is going to be under control. Understand? But that's why we're here, to combat that. And I've taken that upon my responsibility. You understand? God has trusted me to do so. So we'll serve him well. So like I say, people, no respect deserved for these ones. Make sure they are neglected. And make sure everyone around you, in your circle, friends and family, is aware of who these people are and how to tell who they are. You know what I'm saying? Because there's telltale signs. These people slip up all the time. You know what I mean? A liar can't hide his secrets forever. You understand? These liars are not good. So yeah, people, neglect them from society. Be aware who the enemy is. You understand? Don't let the enemy in your house. Because remember what it says in the Secret Covenant. In those early episodes, in the Secret Covenant, we broke down the basic stuff. This is what I'm saying. It's good to go back and start from the beginning. So we're breaking down this basic stuff, and what it's saying is that once the masses are aware of who they are, they'll have no shelter. And that's exactly how it is. Guys, shit goes wrong, everything gets switched up now, yeah? And these people are looking for help, and we know who they are, and we know what they agreed to, and we know what side they stand with. We're not going to give them no shelter. You understand? They're going to be out there in the rain, crying, wishing they had some shelter, wishing they had some food. You know what I'm saying? They made that choice. So they made their bed. Let them go lie in their bed. Moving on now, people. Now, the next thing I want to discuss is growing your own crops. Now, this is a must for a few reasons. One of the main reasons being your health, another main reason being the money. And that's the key thing. This is what I'm trying to preach on this podcast, yeah? You need to be able to live your life without money. And it's doable. Sit there and think about it, people. It's doable, okay? So grow your own crops. So if you're growing your own crops, you're not paying for nothing. You're growing your own produce, okay? If you have living space, you have space to grow crops. Understand? Even if you're in an apartment, take a room or take some space and dedicate it for some crops, you understand? So now, you stopped paying for your crops. So that's less money going into the supermarket, you understand? And when your money goes into that supermarket, it's not going into a family-run business. You're not helping anybody out. It's going straight back into that system that feeds the whole world. And that system that feeds the whole world is a never-ending debt. That money never exists. You understand? It never runs out and it doesn't exist. It's just a debt. And the whole world is running on that debt. You need to understand how everything works, basically. You see what I'm saying? It all runs off this world debt. That's why you have some countries built up and some countries that ain't built up because they took on that debt. You understand? So now the money's not going to them. It's better off in your pocket and you can choose to do whatever you wish with that. You understand? And if you are growing your own crops, don't be afraid to speak with your neighbour and see what he's growing and be able to trade with him. You understand? Learn how to deal with the plants. You understand, people? Because if you learn how to deal with the plants, then you'll reap what you sow. The fruit that you receive will be exactly how you put in. You understand? You put in and you get out what you put in, people. That's how it works in the plant game. If you put the love in, you'll get the love back. If you look after nature, nature will look after you. Simple things, people. So when it comes to growing your own crops, you need to try your best to get some organic seeds, some natural seeds, you understand, from some natural plants. And if you know people that have been growing some fruit and vegetables for a long time, or whatever it may be, if they've been growing it for a long time and they've had a successful run with this plant, whatever they be working with, then ask that person for some seeds or some cuttings. Understand? Because you can clearly see that brother or sister is doing good work with that plant, you understand? I understand that when it comes to the plant market and the seed market, it's quite a scramble and it can be hard to get hold of organic items and non-GMO items. But just understand, people, that if you did have some sort of produce or a plant or some item from the supermarket and you managed to get a seed from it and you was able to grow something from that seed, just know that from you growing it and letting it sit in natural sunlight, it will be a slight bit better than the supermarket standard, you understand? Because these companies and these government companies are on a different farming type, and we'll come back to that in a second, people. So, still on this topic of grow your own crops, leads me into the next thing. If you have the space for it, take up some livestock. Get some livestock in, people. This is a good way to support yourself. Chickens, goats, sheep, understand, whatever it may be. If you have the space for it, get it on. Look after those animals and the animals will look after you. And if you're taking those animals' lives, make sure you give thanks to the Most High and make sure you use all parts of that animal. You understand? We don't let nothing go to waste. We appreciate God's creation. You understand, people? We're still on the same topic. Now, what I want the people to realise is forget things looking pretty. It's time to live in the real world. You understand? When you buy things in the supermarket, it's all packaged up, clean, it's been cleaned with chemicals, you understand? It's made to look pretty. But you need to live in the real world. You don't want to be getting your stuff out of the supermarket, you understand? So try and find a meat market or a butcher's or a fishmonger's or a fish market. You understand? Go to these places, and when you go to these places, the way it's laid out, it's not very pretty. You understand? It's not very pretty, but you need to live in the real world and get yourself some real healthy meat there. You understand? Not some fake GMO shit when it's got all this stuff coming out of it. Understand? We don't want none of that. So yeah, people, forget things looking pretty. And even if you're growing some produce yourself, it might not come out the way it looks in the supermarket, but just understand that yours is more of a natural version. You understand? You don't need this GMO bullshit. And just always remember, people, that the human body, it doesn't really need too much to go by on. Trust me. And if you've done fasting or you put yourself to the test, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The human body can go on fine. It doesn't need so much to run on. Understand? They put chemicals and things in the food to make you eat more. You understand? They put sedatives in there, laxatives, all kinds of bullshit to fuck up your diet. You understand? So, like I've been saying on here, smaller portion size, smaller intake, the less of that bullshit you're receiving. Understand? So, be conscious about what you're putting in your body, people. Yeah, let's move on now. We're just going to touch back on a few of those points before we go deeper with this podcast. So if you guys are getting in meats or produce, plants, vegetables, if you're bringing in this kind of stuff, don't forget to wash it down properly. Wash it down proper, people. You understand? You don't want to bring none of that bullshit in. So make sure you wash it down with some salt, some vinegar, some lime. You understand? Whatever it may be that you have on hand to clean this product or this item or this vegetable. You understand? Don't be eating it straight away because you don't know where that's been sitting. And especially if it's come from the supermarket, because the supermarket uses chemical to clean the product. They use chemical to grow the product. They use chemical for pesticide. They use loads of chemicals. You understand, people? So you want to stay away from that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? And touching back on those lower to mid-level masons. So you need to remember that they have made the decision to go against you. They don't like you. They don't like the masses. They have signed up to be part of a cult, signed up to be part of a club that goes against the rest of humanity. But you need to remember, these people think they are smart. But it's funny to me, because these people still intake the same poisons as the dumb masses. So they think they're higher up and they think they're better off. But they're still taking in the same alcohol. They're still taking in the same crisp. You understand? This packet food, jarred food. And you look at these people, the health is not there. They ain't getting the education. You know what I'm saying, people? They're not getting the truth straight up like that. They're deceived. So they made their bed. Let them lie in it. Fire for all them. So, slowly moving on to our next topic now. I want you people to understand that those who try to walk on the narrow path and those who try to walk on a righteous path are under constant spiritual attack. You understand? Those who try and walk on this path, life is not easy for them. It's constant spiritual warfare. And if you're trying to walk on that narrow path, you'll completely understand what I'm talking about. And if you don't understand what spiritual attack is, you must understand life from a spiritual point of view rather than a physical point of view. Because when it comes to these two, you must understand that there's a spiritual realm and a physical realm. And anything that happens inside the physical realm has been agreed on in the spiritual realm. So let me say that again. Anything that happens in the physical realm has already been agreed in the spiritual. So to put it differently, it basically happens in the spiritual realm before it happens in physical and before you see it in front of your own eyes. That's why sometimes you have a dream and then a couple weeks later when you're living your day-to-day life, you're like, oh, I'm living in this dream, or I've just come into this dream. Some may call it deja vu. But that's what it is, people. It's the crossover between the spiritual and the physical. Understand? And it works both ways. So those who choose to side with wickedness and those who like evil, you understand? These people here who choose that side will be filled with demons. Not just one, not just two, not a handful, but filled with masses of demons, you understand? So many demons to the point where they can't even see it. They think they're living their normal life. They think it's them making their decisions, but it's not. It's them filled with demons, you understand? It's got them under control, people. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm preaching is, those who side with evil, life is an easy walk for them. It's very easy. Life is easy for the wicked, man. I've mentioned it on here before. All those that live in sin, all those that choose those bad choices and those bad decisions, God will have you under a great delusion. You see what I'm saying, people? You think you're living your life all happy? He will have you under that delusion. And when it comes to your judgment day, that's it. Time's up. Full stop. Period. The end. See what I'm saying, people? So don't let the spiritual attack get to you. You must understand what the spiritual attack is. Because if you don't understand the spiritual attack, some people can take it to heart. Understand? Because they're not trying to attack you physically, they're attacking you spiritually. But some people get the lines blurred, and that's why you might act extraordinary or do something you shouldn't be doing, because you're getting the lines blurred. You understand? You need to understand where it's coming from and the reasons behind all these things before you make your decisions and your moves. Understand, people? So I hope you can understand the spiritual warfare that's going on. And it's not just a personal thing. They're coming at you from all directions. Don't worry about that. This is their matrix. They've got to get you from all sides. You understand, people? So let's move on to the next point now. Big up the people and big up all the supporters. Much love and respect. When it comes to the spiritual game, you must also understand that if you operate on a higher vibration, you can bring people who are on a lower vibration up onto a similar vibration which you are on. You understand? And some of you, if you operate on a higher vibration day to day, you're always trying to live your best life, be happy, and make sure others around you are on a higher vibration as well. Then you may not even notice this, because everywhere you go, you're probably bringing that upliftment and that support. Understand? You're bringing up everyone around you and you're not even noticing it. But now if you take a step back, you might see your effect on other people. And it's a powerful thing, and this is what I'm saying. If you maintain that higher vibration, you will notice that others around you are also coming up on your vibration. It's a powerful thing, people. Don't let someone's misery bring you down. That should be an opportunity for you to bring them up to a higher vibration. And if it doesn't work, and they don't want to take your upliftment, well, fuck them. They're going to hell anyway. Let's move on, people. Of course, I am mad about the situation, and I will destroy all of those responsible for the rollout of this Mark of the Beast shot. But like I say to some people, it has provided a shortcut in a sense and made things easier for some people. And I'm sure a lot of you will be able to relate to this. And that is, the shortcut is, if you had people around you that you wasn't certain about, maybe they did things that you didn't agree with, or they hung around with those people, they lived their lifestyle in a way that you found questionable, okay? Well, now that the Mark of the Beast is rolled out, those people you felt questionable about and maybe you wasn't certain whether to hang around them or not, or put your energy into them, well, I'm sure that the Mark of the Beast has now made that easier for you, and you can see who to socialise with and who not to socialise with, you understand? Because these people that have had the shot, you can't tell them nothing. See what I'm saying, people? It's made things easier, you understand? Because from that sense, you know who to put your energy into, and no energy is getting wasted. So yeah, people, I hope you can all see this one with me as well. Now we're going to talk about the farming and the new type of farming I was speaking about earlier. So what you people need to realise is that they don't do farming. Well, we're talking about the big government corporations at the moment. They don't do farming how people used to do it in the olden days and how people used to do it on a normal basis. The way these companies and these big corporations do farming would be in a warehouse or a building or some kind of facility, and they don't operate on a horizontal scale, they operate on a vertical scale. You understand? They control everything in this environment. So when you work on the horizontal scale, being a flat surface like a farmer's field, you can only receive a certain amount of sunlight. So if you was to put something on top of those crops, you'll be blocking the crops underneath. So what I'm saying is, you can't grow crops on top of crops. However, if you have a facility and a building and you're not using sunlight, you're using artificial light, and you have it in racks, you can stack as many vegetables or produce in that container or facility. You understand? So this is how they mass produce whatever it may be. And you need to understand that in this environment that they're growing these products, they're not seeing any sunlight. They control the temperature. They control how much light they get. They control what color light it gets. They control the intake of the plant. All of those things, people. You see what I'm saying? It's a complete controlled environment. And there's hardly any, if not no, naturality involved in this process. You see what I'm saying, people? So you can eliminate a lot of these things just by taking that into your own hands. You see what I'm saying, people? Too many chemicals in the product, and it will take down and destroy your immune system. And that is the aim of the game for them anyway. As you people should be aware, inflation is going on right now. Prices of everything are going up. You need to also understand that these supermarkets weren't just set up to make money. Yes, they do make money, and people's pockets do get lined. But a couple of the other main reasons, main being to poison you and to rob you. You understand? And to take the power out of your hand. If they see a little town or a village where the people in that community is doing well, they're all working together, trading, they're doing well within their community, then boom, they'll drop a big Walmart, a big Asda's, right on that spot. You feel what I'm saying? Take all the control out of the people, and everybody in that area is now buying from the Walmart or buying from that Asda. You feel me, people? The government are trying to attack you from all angles. They're trying to destroy you. They're attacking you spiritually on all levels. They know the effect of showing you these things. They know the effect of you seeing a human through the screen. Somebody like yourself through the screen. There's a reaction when that happens, and they know this. So you need to be conscious of that, people. They know the effect of showing you these things on the screen. They know your exact reaction once your eyes are laid upon those things. Understand? Where you're getting oversensitized to all those apps, all this filth online. Understand? You need to come away from it, people. Nothing natural about it. And now, even for a long time now, the screen has been raising the child. The screen has been selecting and recommending things for the child to watch. If not the screen, then the parents have been leaving the screen with the child and letting the screen do the evilest works. It's not good, people. The screen and all this stuff, brainwashing, programming, getting the kids ready for this new world order. It's disgusting, people. You need to be conscious of it and take these devices out of the children. You know what I'm saying, people? Take it completely out of their hands. Don't let their eyes be laid upon these things. Because they know the reaction of the child looking at that screen and playing on that device. They completely understand these things, people. So it's time you understand them as well. There's two big poisons that the masses love to consume. That being salt and sugar. And there's many other poisons that they got in the store for you. And you can see this by going into the supermarket and paying attention to how big the aisle is and how big the section is for the product. So as you can see, there's a whole aisle for the salt and there's a whole aisle for the sugar and some other things as well, like hair and cleaning products. You need to understand where the poison is and where they're getting it into you. And that salt they have in there called table salt, that can cause a lot of destruction. That can get rid of your taste buds in your mouth. Understand that, people? Because all you want to taste is that salt. You can't really taste nothing else. It's destroyed your taste buds, you understand? It's not good, people. But when it comes to the truth community, we don't have no issue with you getting some sugar cane, breaking it down, making some syrup, making it harden, and breaking it down and making your own sugar that way. And we don't have no problem with people going to get some seawater and going through the process of boiling it and getting the salt out the seawater. You understand, people? You have to go through the process to get the product. You have to respect the process, people, you understand? So you can use those things there because it's a natural process, you understand? You went through it to get the result. And you must know that the body needs trace amount of salt, you understand? This whole creation is built up of water, and a lot of that water is salty water, you understand, people? So trace amounts is good. Just by walking through the water barefoot, you're going to pick up some. Swimming in the water, letting your hair contact the water, you understand that trace amount of salt is good for the body. But we don't want too much of it because that can be harmful, you understand, people? So be conscious of those things when you're cooking and how you got hold of the item in the first place. You understand, people? So pay attention to those big aisles in the supermarket because that's showing you where the poison is. You understand, people? They got all these different flavors for you to choose from. They have the selection. You know what we're saying, people? They come like a drug dealer out here. It's like, which flavor do you want? We got Christianity, we got Islam, we got Sikh. You understand? We got all these religions. Which flavor do you want? It's coming like a drug dealer. We got Skittles, we got M&Ms, we got Snickers bar, we got Mars bar. You understand, people? We got a Big Mac, we got some nuggets, we got some fries. They got everything for you. You want some more? You need another hit? I got you, bro. This is how they're coming, people. The government's coming like that. The drug dealers of the poison on the masses. And they've been doing this for a long time. So yeah, people, let's move on now. Yes, my people. So you know already the government's bringing destruction down on the people. And the result of that is a lot of people being homeless. I want you guys to be conscious of the homeless and don't neglect them. Always be aware of their soul. You understand? Because they are the same as you. And the saying goes, treat someone the way you want to be treated. Love thy neighbor as thyself. So yes, people. And you don't need to go break your bank and give them your whole bank account, give them your house, give them your life savings. No. That's not the message that I'm trying to preach here. The message that I'm trying to preach here is another man's trash is another man's treasure. So if you have a lot of something sitting there and you don't mind a few of them going, it wouldn't hurt you if a few of those went, then you know already those things right there, go and hand them out. Go and hand them out to the homeless people. People that it will benefit instead of it just sitting there doing nothing. You understand? You might look at that and think it has no use and it cannot benefit you in any way. But that same thing that you neglected means the world to somebody else. And just understand that, people. If you have duplicates or extra stuff laying about, hand it out, people. You know what I'm saying? Sit down, talk to these people, give them some of your time. You see what I'm saying, people? Help them with your time. Tell them about the area that they're in. Maybe you know some good spots where they can go and stay and be safe. You know, understand? Or even sit down and educate them about some of the plants and some of the wildlife around their area so they can use that and make a benefit from it. Understand, people? There's many things you can do to help these people. Putting food in someone's belly and stopping them from having to go the night without having any food, you will be rewarded for that. God will reward you for that. Just know that, people. All of your works will be repaid. If you're homeless and you're listening to this, my love goes out to you. And always remember that God is with you. Don't give up. I love you. Stay strong, my brothers and sisters. Rolling on to our next topic. They can't wait for cold and flu season to come by. They just can't wait, people. They're itching. They're itching to hop off their seat. That's why you've got the Biden character. They're coming out with the Biden character saying he's got coronavirus again. And they're also telling you this guy is double jabbed and double boosted, yet he's still got the virus. So why would you take the vaccine? Why? But anyway, people, that's the evidence that you know they can't wait for it to come by. And you know already soon, they're going to have a new lockdown for you. They're going to have a new vaccine for you. They're going to have a round 2 for you. Understand? And they're going to try to put their foot down more firm this time. But you know it won't affect us. We just laugh at them, people. So let's move on. We have too many people out here drinking alcohol. This is not the time to be drinking alcohol, poisoning your body and destroying your body. This is the time to be building up your body and becoming conscious and building up the mind and staying focused. This is the end of times, people. Not the time to be joking about and poisoning the body. You need to remember that the alcohol is the destruction of mankind. Why do you think they put alcohol out to the masses? Why do you think it's so widely available? They put this drug here, this substance here, to get you caught up with the law. To get you in trouble with the law and caught up with the system. And it does a good job of that. So stay away from it, because it will make you act like a fool. It may seem like it's a high vibration and that people are having a good time and they're being merry off it, but it's really not. In reality, it's actually the lowest vibration. It's a false happiness, and it's only short-lived. The people that are drinking, the people that get intoxicated, their so-called good time is only short-lived. You understand, people? So at least try to enjoy yourself and enjoy life without drinking. At least try. You see what I'm saying, people? Give it a try, and I'm pretty sure you'll come to the conclusion that I didn't even need that, and my experience was better without the alcohol. You feel me, people? You don't need to take alcohol, people, trust me. And then people will hear this and be confused, and they will be questioning, and they won't understand. They will be thinking, what do I take then? I'm confused. I must want to take something. How can I enjoy myself? Well, I'm not going to tell you what to take. I'm not going to tell you what substance to take. But all I'm going to say to you is I'm going to say to you that God provided a solution for every problem. So whatever you're looking for, God's put something out there for you. Time for you to go and do your research and look into it and find that for yourself. Yes, people, take care of the body and take care of nature at the same time. You don't need to get high or to take a substance to enjoy God's creation. He made everything just perfect. However, if you're respectful to nature, maybe some of those things can make your experience a little bit better. But just be respectful when it comes to that. Always remember that when you're dealing with naturality, addiction is not a thing. Nature has its own way of dealing with you and stopping you from abusing whatever it is. If it comes from nature, it has its natural process of doing that. You understand, people? If you're noticing addiction and you can see addiction is present, then you're probably dealing with chemicals. And like we say on this podcast, everything has chemicals in it. In their matrix, they want the chemicals to be in everything. You understand, people? They don't want you to get away from it. They don't want you to be safe. They're attacking you from all ways. and that alcohol and that cigarette that they sell, their drugs. Because remember, people, that's their drugs. If it's their venue, their event, wherever they may be, they're serving up their poison as well. But don't forget, people, you always have the choice. It's not pushed upon you. You have the choice whether to put it in your body or not. So you can be wiser than the other people, and you don't have to take that poison. Addiction is the chemical. You see what I'm saying, people? And this is why I'm saying, if you enjoy something, you enjoy this vegetable or this plant or whatever it may be, you enjoy it so much, what you feel to do is you should grow it yourself. And that way, if you grow it yourself, you know exactly what went into that plant. See what I'm saying, people? You looked after it. You witnessed everything that went into that plant, whether it be the sunlight, whether it be the water that you put into it, the soil that you put it in, the location that you placed it. All of these things, you are in control of it. And it's taking that control out of the government's hand and into your hands. And you can have more control over your health. You see what I'm saying, people? And if you're caring with that plant, you can deal with the offspring, and you can select the offspring that you want to bring up. And eventually, you will have your perfect setup. You understand, people? You will know how to deal with the plants, and the plants will deal with you in the same manner. This is why the government wants to control that. They want to have control over the growth of it. And that's why, people, because they can put their lighting, their so-called water, whatever they want to put into that. Chemical for pesticide, chemical to clean the product, all this rubbish and unnecessary stuff. You feel what I'm saying, people? So time to take the control into your hands. You don't need to be putting your money. You don't need to be in these buildings. You can have all the stuff that they have right from your own space. You feel what I'm saying, people? So make the most of your space. If you've got the space for the fruit and veg, get going. If you've got the space for the livestock, get going. If you know people that are experienced in these fields, take the information from them and use it for yourself. Yes, people. Moving on. The final thing we are going to speak about is, do you understand why it's peace and love? Do you understand that, people? Do you understand why we are coming together? Why we are coming together? Why do we show this level of respect and care for one another? What is the reason for us showing love and respect every time? It's because it's the end times, if you wasn't aware. So if you're chasing fashion, you're dumb. If you're chasing this gang shit, you're dumb. Chasing the crime, you're dumb. Why do you think they're building these mega prisons all over the nations? They want you in the prisons and they're preparing for it. So don't be a fool. They're rolling out this mark of the beast, nanotech, putting the 5G controlling towers everywhere in every nation. If you wasn't aware, they're spraying the sky with chemtrails in all nations. You see what I'm saying, people? It's the end of times. It's time for you to understand peace and love and the reasons why we do it. Satan is trying to destroy the earth. Wake up. Wake up. This is why we're doing it, people. We're combating that. We're destroying that. We're not leaving a single stone unturned. You feel what I'm saying, people? This is a strong collective right here. And we'll destroy wickedness at every opportunity. So now I'm going to leave out, people. And I'll see you people in the next one. Love and respect.
And I know it will. Oh, yeah, yes. Oh, yes, I know it will. Oh, yeah, yes. Babylon back is against the wall. And the wall And I know they will. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, I know it will. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, I know it will. I know it will. Ooh, baby. My brethren, you know it will fulfill. You know it will fulfill. Babylon back is against the wall, and the walls are up